exactly what they want. Just be patient. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me, y'all keep the fame. I want the glory, been that nigga, bitches never ignored me. Rich in spirit, little bitch can't afford me. Day one static, fix it with a 4G, red beam on it. You think I'm recording, kicking front doors, you try to backdoor me. We are not a gang, bitch, we are army. Book a den, you know I don't tell stories. Keep it 100 in the lightning. You niggas fake baby K name Adonis. Mini Drake, clip curl, but somehow I can shoot it straight. Insta clip, I can shoot 4 minutes straight. Turn this to the Super Bowl if I need to. I can hit your chief up with an eagle. Set you up on the score, but they lied to you. Why you letting them niggas mislead you? My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. You won't see it coming, I move like a crook, a thief in the night. So watch what you put, my aim precise. These bullets 12 inches long, a block away I could take off the foot. Don't ask me no questions if you know my stance. Bitch, I'm the man, so thanks in advance. They mean a rifle on top of a tripod. If they ever tell you I was taking a stand, they got run up on me, but I'm way too advanced. Spinning with choppers, turn you into a fan. Can show you the steps, but won't hold your hands. They thought they could stop me, it ain't go as planned. How I get this far? Cause I took a chance. Really got ranked, keeping it a band. This ain't what you think, better think again. This ain't what you think, you better think again. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. My name is my name, power and glory, I never change. Stand on loyalty, remain the same. Say what you mean, speak on my name, you go to war with me. We move the same, you think that it's for me. Running the game, kicking the door with me. All through the pain, the snow, the rain, the ups and downs. My name did more for me. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster. Went to war with the real, the fake, the snake, the mobsters. Blame it on y'all, y'all created this monster.
They killed, give me Isaiah 14 and 21. They did the same thing to my people. So you said that they put millions of my people. Should a murderer go to jail for murdering? Absolutely. Should a thief go to jail when he steals? Absolutely. Should a robber pay back the money he robbed? Absolutely. So why shouldn't the white man pay for what he did? That's right. One day you'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
I'm in a hell of a hole, was never expected to grow. Just obstacles set in the road, that a result of me selling my soul. The story I'm telling is cold, but yet it's what everyone knows. The white man's the devil is known. America was never our home. Only a place of captivity, save facility, hating, disfigure me. They claim that I'm lazy, be killing me. Maybe this slavery draining my energy. 400 years and counting. The trail of my tears is countless. The fact that I'm here is astounding, but I can't wait till this shit is surrounded. Ready to tangle my king and the angel, be ready to rap. Cracking the sky, nuclear missiles and make it official. I'm capturing every crack and surviving. Put them all in chains where they need to be. Slavery for me. And let the whole world see that with them in the cage and safer in the streets. Put the dog on a leash. Get resolved for the beast. 144, get the brutal show. We could all be at peace. As soon as the trumpets are sound, your kingdom we busting it down. The only way justice is found. The time for your judgment is now.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Look, ain't no remorse in my blood slump. It won't be no compromise. Now it's time to feed the worms. Watch his body turn to flies. I clutch iron while you trust the lies. The next Glock I back gon' be Gen 5. I get it customized. And sending shots off like farewell. Praying payback come back around like a carousel. Still remember YAHANNA's words ringing in my head like bells. Said you in his body, you fit the Lord, fuck the cartel. Triangle choke, apply pressure to the game like I did Vondale. Payback's a bitch in a dress, she a bombshell. Revenge is served cold, I just hope they make an oxtail. Glock fresh out the box, I swear got that new car smell. Made myself a target in the world of mad shooters. There was design 5 for our babies to pass through. In the day of our king's reign, I'll be overzealous. They bought my jealous, I bought brand new parabellums.
You'll see just how it feels. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog. Payback is a dog. It's a dog.
Pando, kill the beat.
I don't know who, somebody need to hear this. Y'all speak Hebrew, that's Yiddish. How the fuck you try to label us anti-Semitic? We the Israelites, blacks, native Hispanics. The Germans get locked up for the Holocaust. Meanwhile, black people still up in the Holocaust. 100 million of us died in the transatlantic. 6 million died. I want the world to never forget it. You can never be a Jew. You a Ashkenaz. This ain't a star dum-dum. A gun die or die. Yeah, Yeezy told the truth and got ostracized. Not one person in the Bible had on the yarmulke. We were slaves in America like we was in Egypt. Y'all don't even fit the curses in the Torah neither. Y'all was blind to the truth. I had to make it clear how Jerusalem, your land, your people came from Europe. That was 1947. Yo, Menorah got 9 sticks. It's really only 7. Yeah, it's us against the world. Armageddon. This what happened when you inherit lies from your ancestors. Y'all synagogue of Satan with them black hats. Your whole nation sitting ducks, Aflacs, bunch of thieves and culture vultures ain't nothing kosher. To tell the truth, you vagabonds don't have a culture. Macedonia, Alexander and Philip, you a convert, so tell me, how the fuck is you Israel? That don't make you the people just cause you litter. Why my people can't hate your people like y'all hate Hitler? All the prophets was black and was called nigga. Y'all don't even fit the description that's in the scriptures. Abraham, all the way down to Jacob, we the real Jews. Y'all don't study Christ, y'all follow the Talmud. Keep it real, yeah, let's keep it real. Cold hard truth, it give you chills. Say y'all Jewish cause y'all ain't really them. About to do them like Hammond, it's the Feast of Purim. U.P.K undefeated, this an easy win. We was born fighting, y'all the evil twin. Jacob took hold of his heel, then out came his little red bastard, they kosher deals. It's only 12 tribes, y'all trying to make it 13. Esau despised his birthright, the Lord cursed him. He ain't the devil, who is? I'm still searching. Ask your rabbi, why he give them babies herpes? I don't know what's worse, that or you claiming that you a Maccabee. I'm about to cancel. Everybody try to cancel ye. I ain't afraid to speak. That's what I do. They riding to the core. I'm just judging them by their fruit. Cause they ain't suffering curses. If I was carnal, I promise I'd punch you in person. I know this is an uncomfortable subject. They making millions off our culture and black people suffering from it. Yeah, they don't believe in Christ. They the Antichrist. Make a living off of niggas. They a parasite. I ain't afraid to tell the truth. Niggas terrified. I'm about to go DEFCON 4. I ain't satisfied.
That is proof. That is absolute proof that they know we are the real Jews. That's absolute proof. Now, you got the records. Go find me a white Jew on any archaeology in Egypt anywhere. You will never find a piece of archaeology with white people as slaves in Egypt. So don't tell me that they were slaves and it's their identity, and they know it. And I know the blasphemy of them that say they are Jews. The Lord knows the blasphemy of you so-called white people that say you are Jews and you are not Jews. You are not the people of the law. You are not God's chosen people. God's chosen people are living in the ghettos of America. God's chosen people are in poverty and depression in the streets of America. God's chosen people are walking around in America with no identity. That's where God's chosen people are.
Charlotte, Kosh, and Goldsboro, David. Check. Shalom, how about you? Can everybody hear me? That's a key up. Okay. Hey, Most High in Christ. Come on. Okay. Fayetteville, y'all still getting prepared in Fayetteville?
Check. Shalom, how about Shabbat? Can you hear me else, Tabor?
Con, I hear you just punk with them. Shalom, how about Shabbat? You can go ahead.
Check. Shalom.
Most High in Christ.
You hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Most High in Christ.
Camera.
Check.
So like, you ready to roll, sir?
Yeah, let's get it.
Most High in Christ. It's on you, sir. You got it.
Say what now, brother?
So like, I'm just saying, you got it, sir.
Oh, Most High in Christ. Let's clap it up. Shalom, Yahweh B'Hashem Yahweh Shabbarakatah to my brothers, Yahweh Shamar Elatah, B'Hashem Yahweh Shah to all my sisters, preaching offers of 1,000 Bon Kayal coming out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And this is the Israelite School, Universal Practical Knowledge, coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Tonight is the Tuesday night what? Brotherhood class? Mandatory class with Captain I.S.U.P.K. And I'm going to try to hold it down with the Spirit of the Lord until Captain I.S.U.P.K, or a high-ranking officer, comes to take command of the class, all right? So what's going in the world today? I'll tell you what, Trump just got indicted. Y'all see that? For January the 6th? Yeah, he just got indicted. What else is happening? Pee Wee Herman, that lascivious bastard, died today. I know you are, but what am I? You right? What else is going on in the world, man? You see how the Ukrainian Cossacks are learning how to fight traditionally again. They have this guy that's teaching the Cossacks how to fight in their ancient, in the ancient way they used to fight. What else is going on in the world? Who we got in here with us tonight?
We got in Durham. We got myself, Officer Thabawan. We got Officer 400 Mahayar. We got Officer 400 Yanazar. Officer 50 Maya Shaw in the spot. Also my rib as well. Being my son.
Most High in Christ. Most High in Christ, man.
All right. So like we also got Jamaica in the spot. Officer Kiyad one, Officer 500 Kiyad one from Jamaica up in here.
Oh, Most High in Christ. The brothers is in here.
God. So like I think we got Officer of 1,000 Kiyad War, Charlotte as well.
Oh, word. Coyote War. What's
Right.
going on, brother? Shalom.
Yeah, Shukata.
What you got going on, brother?
We got Trooper Akash Carr out of the Bahamas. He up in here too.
Christ. Hey, can you do me a favor and minimize that tab?
That's our Lord Christ Ghost Brother in the shadows.
Oh, Most High in Christ. We got Officer Yarmaki here too. Okay.
We got
they having a little bit of technical difficulties with their camera, so they just on with audio, but they can hear everything you're saying, sir.
Most High in Christ, the brothers is in here. Matter of fact, let's get a Midwest cookout at hand, man. Yeah. That was glorious. You know, if you had the opportunity to get up to Chicago, man, this past weekend, you know, it was a tremendous event, man. We thoroughly enjoyed ourselves. You know, I had the honor of being able to escort Captain I.S.U.P.K and, you know, a few of the other brothers up to Chicago this past weekend, man. You know, everything from the lecture. I'm mad we missed camp because they got a boot kiss at camp. Captain Mashak, you know, pulled that boot kiss in, you know, so Most High in Christ to that. The lecture was glorious. Yeah, Commander General YAHANNA, you know, doing his thing as usual in typical UPK fashion, you know, edifying the nation. I got to see the billboard. That in itself was amazing. You know, you driving down the interstate and you see a billboard with the leader of Israel, you know, Commander General YAHANNA, and it's talking about World War III. And it was just surreal. What's going on, Officer Thon? It was just surreal to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we made it or something, you know? But if you brothers, you know, had an opportunity to check out the lecture, it was a lot of information was dropped, you know. So shout out to Captain Quad and the whole Midwest, man, the Chicago school, all the brothers that converged on the area to make it a glorious event. You know, we shut down the club, man. We shut down the club in Chicago. I don't even close the club nowhere. I don't close the club in my own city. We shut the damn club down in Chicago, man. And the sisters, you know, came out and were glorious and honorable, and they put the other sisters to shame that was in there throwing all that tail, you know. What else? We had the Bantu Festival on Saturday, which, in my opinion, you know, the Bantu Festivals is just an opportunity for, you know, the Hamites to capitalize on selling us their trinkets, on trying to sell the lie of us being Africans. Ain't no other time that an African will accept you outside of you reaching into your wallet to buy one of his stupid kente cloths or some of that shea butter or a damn kufi or an ankh or something, you know? But the rest of the days out the year, they don't give a damn about you. They call you a kata, you know? They look at you, they look down their noses at the Lord's chosen people, you know? But if there's a dollar to be made, you know, Captain Akkad spoke briefly about the importance of us teaching our children, you know, the truth. You know, it don't make no point. It makes no sense at all for us to spend all this time on the road, going to camp, all this time in these classrooms, you know, teaching, holding down these Sabbath services, and going to war for the nation, and we don't hand this truth down to our children, okay? It makes absolutely no sense at all, you know? So this truth, everything that we're doing, we're making these sacrifices day in and day out for the youth of Israel, okay? It's imperative that we teach our children our customs, our traditions. They are our heritage, okay? And it's a beautiful thing, you know? We can't allow the school system to educate our children solely, because what are they teaching in the school system? They're doing away with critical race theory. They want to suppress woke doctrine. They won't let you learn about the 1619 Project. And even in the 1619 Project, they push so-called blacks and Hispanics into the idea of believing that they are African, okay? Go ahead, brother.
Salaki, if I could, what you bring it out right there is real heavy in the context of what we're doing in this I.S.U.P.K. because it's now official. It's been on the news. It's official that in Florida, you know what I'm saying, they're going to begin to teach that slavery was beneficial to black people.
Right.
Slavery, basically taught us how to have skills, and that no black person would ever become a blacksmith in the history of the world if it wasn't for slavery.
Right.
So, who's going to even push against that? Pause, like resist these things they teaching our children. If the I.S.U.P.K. doesn't do it, Salaki.
No, you're absolutely right, Officer Tabawan. I got it right here, Kodam. I got it right here. That's a very, very heavy, valid point. The fact that they want to teach that slavery actually benefited so-called black people here in America, and it taught them valuable skills. And it's crazy. I taught a class a week ago, 2 weeks ago, just refuting that point. It's such a beautiful thing, the tools that were given to us by, the Ottawans, you know what I'm saying? Like the Ottawanian, with this from Babylon to Timbuktu, Rudolph Windsor, he did an amazing work in that piece of literature. I hate to say little, pause, but in that book, it gives you insight into, who we were before we went and were scattered throughout the African diaspora. Right. Being God's chosen people, being the nation of Israel. All right. But it also talked about how when we went into these other regions of Africa, how we benefited the tribes, how we actually absorbed some of the tribes, and they turned their back on their customs and traditions for ours.
Wow.
If you can, tell them where you are from Babylon to Timbuktu.
Go ahead, sir.
Go ahead. Now, who was that? Officer Yanazar?
Come on, sir. Since you were speaking about Africans, right? So now they're putting together a peacekeeping force for Haiti, and it's going to be led by the Kenyans, and other Africans are going to be the peacekeeping force in Haiti, meaning that they're going to be over our brothers and sisters over there. You understand what I'm saying? Exploiting them, just like Commander General YAHANNA said last year.
Oh, damn right. Exploit, and that's what they do. They exploit us like parasites, man. And it's a sad thing. This is so very important for us to hold true to our offices, and part of us holding true to our offices, maintaining your home, teaching your children, making sure that your rib is in order to be able to teach your children. Is she going to teach them the good things that we've learned, under Commander General YAHANNA and all the generals and captains and officers when we're away? I entrusted my rib, teaches my kids to face the east and to recite the Lord's Prayer. And shout out to Officer Ayathan. He has his family in the Lashawan Quadash class every Friday. They speak the Hebrew better than me. Salakia. And that's a glorious thing to see our children, coming up, because this is what we're doing it for. That's right. This is what matters. They say, black fathers are non-existent, maybe in the world, but not in the I.S.U.P.K. All right. Black fathers and families absolutely matter. That's the main reason why we do what we do in this school. Okay. It's for future generations to ensure that, we can survive and thrive on whatever land the Lord gives us, I wanted to talk about this excerpt from Babylon and Timbuktu on page 90, if I'm not mistaken. If you read the last paragraph. Is it 89? Yes.
This is page 90 in the book from Babylon to Timbuktu. It says the black Jews had an advantage over the African tribes.
Right. Go ahead.
They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them.
So we did what?
They carried their culture, history, laws, and written records with them.
That's right. So we knew who we were at one point in time before we were completely destroyed. You think about us having to endure the horrors of the transatlantic slave trade, us just the people surviving the Middle Passage alone. Right. the horrors of the Middle Passage. I was watching a documentary the other day where it talked about, once Great Britain outlawed slavery, and we all seen this in the movie Amistad. This is a good depiction of them not wanting to get caught with the human cargo or the human slaves that they had stolen. So they chained them together and threw them overboard whenever they would have a policing ship, And I thought that was very, it's kind of sickening to think about that tremendous waste of life. Okay. But in the Amistad, the crazy thing about the slave ship is based off of how disgusting the conditions were on the slave ship. You're chained, ankle to ankle, wrist to wrist. And they got you packed in there like sardines, literally. Wherever you defecated, you didn't get a bathroom break. You didn't get to raise your hand and be excused. That's where you urinated. That's where you defecated. And can you imagine that? Imagine smelling that in the hull of a ship. I'm sure people vomited. I would vomit thinking about it, And it's not like they were the most sanitary of conditions. I highly doubt that hand washing was stressed. They didn't stress universal precautions the way that we do here in America as far as modern medicine. That's what Officer Ayathon, what did it say about universal precautions? You know how imperative universal precautions are, with respect to what you're doing right now. You don't wash your hands, come on. You can't even do your job if you don't have access to clean water. But they say that the Spanish, that the slave ships, you could smell them before you would see them coming into port. So just imagine you done threw all this precious cargo overboard, but you still got all the feces and excrement beneath the ship. So that's damning evidence right there. Even if you don't have the bodies. So I just thought that was really, really, really interesting. Go ahead, Officer Ayathon.
Because they didn't believe in eating according to our laws. You know what I'm saying? So it was nothing. I seen I think it was American Gods, where they were like knocking the teeth out of the slaves and like force feeding them pork and stuff like that.
Right.
On them slave ships. You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of that too. That's when we was introduced to all the that unlawful foods.
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Let's get back to this from Babylon to Timbuktu. Tell them where you are.
Page 90 of From Babylon to Timbuktu. It says, this assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization. Because of the stability of the Black Jewish culture, the Jews were not absorbed into the autochthonous population.
Salakia, who can you put your phones on mute if you're not speak right now? Just on the strength of cutting back on some of that background noise. Baba Kushah, the water. Read that sentence again. It said we had an advantage over who?
Khan. Says that this assured them a constant precedent for the development of a higher social organization. Because of the stability of the Black Jew culture, the Jews were not absorbed into autochthonous population.
Right, because we held on to our laws, statutes, and commandments, the traditions that were given to us by the hand of God. We weren't absorbed into the other nations. We saw that damn chimpanzee being grilled over the open fire, and we opted out because we don't eat things that have paws.
Right. Good night.
We weren't trying to get orange hair, so we're not sticking our head underneath the behind of some cow. We don't believe in mutilating the genitalia of our prepubescent daughters. We didn't believe in scarification. We didn't believe in any of those things. We maintained our customs of bathing routinely. Okay. What are some of the other customs that you think we held on to? that we tried to hold on to when we were in Africa. Go ahead, brother.
So, like I said, if I may, like it says, we held on to our written records. So, we held on to our laws, statutes, and commandments.
Right. We held on to them laws, statutes, and that basically outlines our culture. That tells you everything you need to know about who we are as a nation of people, what we represent, what we stand for, what we'll allow, what we won't allow, what is allowed in the sight of the Most High, and what isn't. It's a free-for-all when you go to these other nations. Here in America, Donald Trump, he was at the highest seat, the president. He was like the king of America. And he didn't hold himself accountable for anything. And they're trying to hold him accountable for January the 6th. So they've indicted him on these charges. Let's see what happens with that. I doubt he gets he gets punished, for his role in January 6th. Shalom, Yishkata. What's going on, sir? I can't call out a one. You tore up. Okay, Most High in Christ. So go ahead and continue with that.
Come on, sir. It says, in fact, the Jews absorbed some of the native tribes. The Jews made use of every opportunity. They were an indigenous and skillful people.
It says we were what?
Industrious and skillful people.
So in this book from Babylon and Timbuktu, Rudolph Windsor says that we were industrious and skillful when we were in, the dark continent. So we came into this place with a definitive skill set. We had skills. We knew about blacksmithing. Christ was a what? What was his occupation?
A carpenter.
He was a carpenter, so he knew how to work with Salakia. He worked with wood, pause, in a righteous sense, Good night. If we when it comes down to us being clean, our cleanliness, we had to know a thing or two about medicine. And being successful at that. You think about, how some of the tribes procreate at rates like that a rabbit would. The Judites, we procreate. Issachar definitely has been blessed with respect to being fruitful, being able to have, children, viable offspring. That's the whole point of life. And being able to remain. This is another reason why I have such an alt against the LGBTQ agenda or initiative. Just imagine if everybody decided they wanted to be that. Humanity would cease to exist. People just, stop having babies. Human beings would become extinct. Keep reading, Salakia.
Khan, sir. In the Jewish Ghanaian states were found kings, princes, governors, generals, secretaries, treasurers, revenue agents, judges, architects, engineers, doctors, historians, language interpreters, mathematicians, jewelers, sculptors, masons, carpenters, painters of art, goldsmiths, leather workers, potters, armorers, saddlers, blacksmiths, agriculturalists,
right,
etc.
So not only did we know a thing or two about agriculture, you talked about, jewelry making. You talked about what? Engineers. You had engineers. Being able to manipulate goldsmiths, right? What else? Sculptors, man. We were doing it all. Mind you, we already came from an established civilization, just fell to heathens because of our disobedience, okay? This is why it's important for us to get back to keeping or get back to learning, our history. That's right. because you're not getting taught our true history according to what transpired in real time by our oppressor. They're not teaching the truth about history. They're not teaching what they truly did to the native Indians here in the land of the North. Right. They're not teaching that. And it's a shame. That's criminal in itself. They don't want to be held accountable for their crimes. They don't want to actually be identified as to who they are according to what the Bible says. This is the reason why we say that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. Because he's deceiving us to this day about who he is and what he's done over the course of time to every nation on the face of this earth. Okay? But we're only concerned with what's happened to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. All right? Where we want to go. Is that it on that? Give me remember the days of old. I believe it's in Deuteronomy. Genesis, Salakia. Remember the days of old.
Come. It's the book of Genesis. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7.
Right.
Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations.
Right.
Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
The Bible denotes that we are to be a reflective people, okay? Some people, I don't see how you're not intrigued by history and what's happened over the course of time with respect to your people. Watch another documentary on Emmitt Smith trying to figure out who he is. You know, he did the whole Ancestry.com, shuffle or whatever. Went down south and looked at the different records, found out that the so-called oppressor kept far better records of the horses that came from Europe, more so than they did with the slaves that they had toiling the fields. So he ran into dead end after dead end, trying to determine who, what his lineage was, what his pedigree was. But come to find out, his mama was raped, and the daughter that his mother had, he named her after the master's wife. Ain't that slick? And then he ended up going back to Africa or whatever, which is delusion. Go ahead, brother.
I saw that. What was heavy about that too was the fact that this Bible is so real. He went down there and he asked a lady for the records down at Alabama, Mississippi, one of them damn, one of them damn towns. And she was like, well, it's the whites and blacks, the whites and colored. The book was like white record of marriage. So white folks could, pretty much follow their lineage back from their marriage last name, their family last name. And the other book said colored record. But it was so jacked up because slaves would just take the name of their last master.
Right.
So they really didn't know who the hell they were. So your name could have been Jones. You worked on the Jones plantation for 10 years. Then you worked on Williams plantation for the next 30 years. So you just took Williams.
Right.
So it was hard for us to trace who we are. We just lost sheep. We don't even know who the hell we are. So much so that a millionaire, one of the best running backs ever played the game, has to go find his damn lineage because he's interested to know where he comes from.
Right. No, that's a heavy point, And I think about, how you get recharged when it comes down to these barbecues or the Passover or the feast days and the high holy days. You see other brothers keeping the traditions, these very ancient traditions that were given to us by our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that's a glorious thing when the whole earth, the world is not acknowledging these ancient feast days or high holy days. We keeping the biblical Sabbath. We're actually remembering to keep the Sabbath each week. And we're doing it the right way, not like how the Seventh-day Adventists do it. We're doing it the way that the Bible says to do it, And I think it's a beautiful thing what we have here in this school. All right. The Bible says to do what now? Read that from the top.
Remember the days of old.
You can remember the good old days. Keep reading.
Consider the years of many generations.
How are we considering the years of many generations? How are you taking into consideration what happened to your grandma or your great-grandfather? How do you do that? How are you taking into consideration What happened to Abraham, Isaac, or Jacob? What made them great in the sight of the Lord amongst all the other men that were living during that time?
So, like, if I may, sir, you know, we doing that every
my
day.
My questions that are they heavy? They not?
No, I don't.
But everybody sleep today?
I don't know.
Good night. Go ahead, brother.
So, like I said, if I may, we doing that today. You know, like when it comes to the I.S.U.P.K, we consider our generations because we go into this record book and we see the things that our forefathers did. You know, so
what did they do? They made them peculiar in the sight of all the other nations. They made them strange in the sight of the Egyptians. What did they do?
So like they
Where is it? You see him up there?
Am I the one that's doing the thing?
Oh, he's communicating with Officer Tabawan. Was that keep going? What you were saying? Okay, until Tabawan interjects, I ain't gonna.
Come on, sir.
Until we see Cap.
It's like I see him now, but yeah. So where's the Cap? Yeah.
Say what?
No, Cap is right.
And with that, I'm gonna pass the class off to Captain Thought for 13,000, man.
Shalom Akim, Shalom Akwathian. Akwat. How y'all doing?
all right.
Y'all good?
Sir.
Okay. I get my glasses. All right. Where we at?
So, like, sir, I was just reading the Deuteronomy 32 and 7, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7.
Anybody any particular questions on it or anything?
On this specific scripture, sir? So, like,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sir, Officer Bunky, I was just going into remembering our culture.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, let's get it. And then I have a few things that I want to get into. Go ahead. Kodam, you have it.
It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Go ahead.
Remember the days of old.
Mm-hmm.
Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee.
Mm-hmm.
Thy elders, and they will tell thee.
Right. Tell thee what?
So, like you said, they'll tell us about our culture, about who we were as a people.
Yeah. Why?
So, like I said, if I may, because we don't know who we are as a people today.
Yeah, we lost it. And how we know we lost it? Precept.
So like
Hold
on. Jeremiah 17 and 4.
What does that say?
It says, even thyself shall discontinue from the heritage that I gave thee.
Yes. All right. Perfect. All right. And what's the other one? I was more so looking for the one in the New Testament. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Come on.
So, like you said in a New Testament where it says that.
Yeah, how we know we lost it? Don't think too deep for this now.
Well, so, like I said, will one be in Romans 9 and 25?
Let me hear what it say.
It says, as he said, and also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people.
No. Well, you know that We lost. In other words, I just give you it. All right, that's a good one. Giannis Apple that hit the nail on the head, right? They said we was going to discontinue, and you could clearly see that we discontinue. You understand? And there's a reason behind us discontinuing. Right? You remember we went over last week with the so-called Arabs. You know what I mean? They have good leadership. You understand? You see them Arabs across there blowing up bombs, and you'll call them what? Blowing themselves up. And you would say they what? What do people say about those Arabs that blow themselves up?
They're terrorists.
No, that's what Esau calls them, terrorists. And there's a reason why Esau give them that name. All right? Why do Esau give them that name?
They call them martyrs.
Okay. That's what the Arabs will call someone doing that for them, a martyr. All right? Or somebody who died in the name of what they believe in, basically. I mean, getting killed. All right? But I'm talking about America giving them the name of giving them a name like terrorists. Is that a good name? It's not a good name. But why is America giving you that name?
If I may, sir,
Mm-hmm.
they want to make sure that anybody that they can't totally control, they'll be able to vilify them, and everybody look at them in a negative way.
Very good. That's it. That's it in a nutshell. They want you to look at the Arabs in a negative way. So if they're terrorists, guess what? You're going to start to look at them as being what? They'll be what? Starts with an E.
It's like they're evil.
Yeah, you look at them as being evil, as being bad. You'll give them every negative word associated with a terrorist. You understand? And that's the oppressor. And that's him. What is he doing when he gives you a name like that?
He's labeling you.
Yeah, but he's doing it for a reason. What is he doing? When he says that all Mexicans are rapists, all Mexicans are thieves, black people are what's the name? Hillary Clinton say they're predators. What are they doing?
So like you said,
Mm-hmm.
they setting them up.
You gotta give them a little more.
I mean, they have an agenda. So when they could label, then they could move their agenda forward. They could push hate. They could push whenever they're trying to control whatever their agendas are. They could first make it look like where they're rapists, then they cause other people to look at them negatively.
Yeah. So what are they creating?
So like you said,
come on.
Could it be that what I'm saying, they're creating like a certain element of doubt? Because in other words, if I paint you as a villain, as a bad guy, then when I kill you, it looks like I'm justified because that's what you are anyway.
Yes. So what are you creating? Who do you kill?
Enemies.
Yes. So what are they doing?
Creating enemies.
Yes.
So that they can kill them.
Yes. So now you in the White House, and guess what? The black man in the hood is your what?
Enemies.
So the cops could do what?
Kill them.
Yeah. That's what they're doing.
Okay.
You understand? They're good at doing that. And brother, what we're about to get into here today, pay real close attention to it, because you'll get to understand your enemy a little more.
Okay.
Once you understand your enemy, well, then you'll get to understand how to really go about dealing with your people.
Okay.
You understand? You don't understand your enemy well, guess what you'll be doing? What do you think you'll be doing?
Okay, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If you know your enemy well, you can take countermeasures.
Yes.
Because you know
Correct.
he's trying to destroy you.
Yes.
So you have to prepare yourself.
If you don't know your enemy well, what could happen?
It's like, sir, you could try to, make deals with him and join him.
Yes. And that will be what?
Basically suicide.
Yeah. You understand? Right? And think about it like this. Brothers and sisters who are not in the truth, basically, they don't know how to deal with the enemy. Plain and simple fact. You look at the family. Just look at that family structure. They do not know how to deal with the enemy. They don't know. You understand? So that's why a brother, he will do what? He will, if he is angry with a woman, frustrated with her, what is the most heinous thing he can do?
Kill her?
Yeah. Damn right. That's the most heinous thing he could do. Kill her.
Okay.
And then sometimes do what? Kill the child too. You understand? Because he does not know who he's fighting. He think he's fighting who?
The woman, sir.
Yeah, he think he's fighting the woman. When the two of them destroyed, both of them destroyed. The both of them don't know the enemy. So the both of them look at each other as being the what?
The enemy.
The enemy.
That's right.
You understand? And
Okay.
that's the beast you're dealing with. That's the, that's the character you're dealing with.
Right.
You understand? Let me see if I could do this, boy. Boy, you all gotta bear with me, right? I ain't too versed with this technology. I'm trying not to pull the wrong plug out here, brother. We could be in real trouble here. All right, hold on. Let me see. Just work with me a little bit. All right. Give me Isaiah. No. Give me yes, Isaiah, I think 34 and 28. Where's my phone? I don't know why it's not showing up here. 1 minute. Let me see something. Somebody get it for me? Somebody have it for me?
You said Isaiah 34 and 28, sir?
Yes. Is either Isaiah 34 and 28 or Ezekiel, where it calls him a beast? Calls the oppressor a beast.
I think it's Ezekiel, sir.
Ezekiel, come on. All right. And you're gonna see why. Okay. Your so-called oppressor, right? He appears as if he's the most intellectual human being. The best at everything, he can do. And he makes us look like we dumb, we just thieves, we rapists, like we just good for, for labor. You understand? That's how he portrays us, and that's how he markets us to the world. Is either what? Either we could do what? How does he market us to the world?
As somebody to exploit.
Yes, but give me a little more. How does he market us to the world?
Well, we're marketed as, so like if I may, sir, we're marketed as criminals and people that could be manipulated.
Right, criminals. I'll take that. And when they say people who could be manipulated, give me a little more.
Okay. So if you consider like a wild people in an unstable culture and you don't have no leadership, then all the nations will easily recognize that you can be exploited. That's why the gates are languishing.
Okay, Yanaza, you touched on something heavy. That's it's correct with what you're saying also too, right? But I want to make it as simple as possible for for black people who for the first time who have not listened to the classes as they should. You understand? What you're saying is correct. All right? But how, somebody on the outside, right? How do you think they look at us?
It's like it, sir. They'll look at us like like boys in the hood or minister society.
Well, that's what Yanaza said. Basically, like criminals, right? But what again? What's the other side of it?
Like you said.
Uh-huh.
The other nations, you know what I'm saying, like out from the outside looking in, they look at us like, you know, like dollar signs, like, you know what I mean, because we're not viewed as people who are smart,
entertainers.
Concert.
That's it, entertainers. If you're not entertaining, you're a criminal. And if you're in between, if you're somewhat in between that, you basically what consider what a laborer. Right? You're not looked at as, you know, I mean, somebody who great. They don't respect us in that way. That's why the talk, I mean, these nations talk about us the way they talk about us and deal with us. That's why a Chinese could come into your neighborhood and basically try to, you know what I mean, assault your woman. You understand? Or shoot your young men. And think like, you know what I mean, like, what, he a criminal? I could shoot him. Right? I.S.U.P. been doing it. Right? So who has it from Ezekiel?
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen, neither shall the beasts of the land devour them, but they shall dwell safely, and none shall make them afraid.
So now read that one more time for me.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 28.
Mm-hmm.
And they shall no more be a prey to the heathen.
A prey. Now skip up to, I think, verse 8. Either verse 8 or verse 4.
Verse 5, sir.
Verse 5. Go to verse 5. Hey, hold on, give me 1 minute, right?
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, verse 5. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
Right. A shepherds, you understand? We had what? No shepherd. We had no shepherds. Right? I read that part one more time for me, so be clear on that.
And they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
They became as meat to all the beasts of the field when they were what? When they were what?
They were scattered.
And what does that mean?
Like I said.
Come on.
Like meat in reference of like food is you use that to survive so that you can flourish. And we as a nation have become what these heathen nations survives off. What they flourish off. They get their nutrients and their money and their everything they need to live, they get it off of by consuming it off of us.
That's right. All right. Akim, give me 1 minute, right?
Okay.
All right, Akim, you can hear me? Testing.
So we
all right. Sorry about that. Satan trying to get in between this, but all right. Where we at now? Read it one more time there for me.
So Quadum had it.
Quadum had it. It was 34-5, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. If you could get it, Giannis, I'll get it quick.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 34 and verse 5. And they were scattered because there is no shepherd.
Right? There's no shepherd. And just let that soak in for a minute. Understand the reason why black people in this state they're in is because we have what? No shepherd. You understand? None. Read on.
And they became meat to all the beasts of the field.
Now you understand why you're at the bottom of the food barrel. You understand? You're at the bottom of the food barrel, one, because what? We disobeyed the Lord, so we're serving out this punishment. Right? Two, because of what? Because of?
We're scattered because we don't have no strength.
Because of leadership. Right?
It's like it, sir, if I may. Because we brought this up earlier before you came on, sir, that in Haiti, they're going to use an international force. And it's going to be led and soldiered by Africans, mainly from Kenya. And I would just bring, I think I sent you the article, sir, if I remember correctly. And these Africans are going to be over there now. They're going to get a chance to exploit the Haitians and murder them, so they could say it's black on blacks.
Yes, which means America just gave them what?
A license.
They just made a deal with America. America more than likely made a deal for whatever minerals they had in the country to now come across here and now devour the so-called Haitians. All right, and we on the topic here right now. All right, that's some heavy that you brought over there, Giannis.
Read on.
Come on.
The Trooper Nadiyab. I was wondering, so would you count them as like taskmasters that they sit over top of them?
Yes.
Count.
Yes. Read on. What's reading for me?
Salaki, sir. All the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
Right. All the beasts of the field when they were what?
Scattered.
When they were scattered. Understand? And how were we scattered? How are we scattered?
Salaki, sir. We were pushed in slavery and pushed into different parts of the land.
Okay. Bring it to today. How are we scattered?
Salaki, sir. Because we don't have that, we didn't have that leadership. Of course, we believe in different religions and we believe in different spiritualities. And some of us are gang members. Right. Some of us believe it's okay to live, alternative lifestyles. And we're not on one accord. We don't believe the same thing like the heathens do.
Right. And that's because what? And that's because of leadership. You understand? And that's why when you read the Bible, the Lord always had what?
A leader, sir.
Yes, a leader. One leader. You understand? One leader. You understand? Who Paul reported to?
Christ, sir.
When Christ left, who Paul reported to?
Was it Peter, sir?
Yes. He still had to fall in line under Peter. Because when Christ left who in charge?
Peter.
So,
you understand? Come on.
I kind of had a question. It is when you just said that, it came to my mind. It's kind of on that topic, sir.
Come on.
Go just quickly. So, just to clarify, did Paul? I know Paul. Met Christ on the road to Damascus, but he never did. Paul
he met Christ on the road to Damascus. What do you mean?
I guess that's kind of part of my question. Like, I know. I mean, I don't want to make sure I'm saying it right. Like, did Paul actually, like when Christ was, before Christ was crucified, did Paul actually meet Christ?
Met him? I don't think there's any text in there saying that he met Christ physically. That's what you're asking about, right?
Concert.
Yeah, there's nothing saying that he met him physically.
Concert.
You understand? But what he saw on the way to Damascus, he got a vision.
Concert.
You understand?
Right,
and I think that vision, I forget if Christ was in that vision, but it was a vision that he got on the way to Damascus.
Concert.
You understand? That what made him come into the truth.
Concert. So I just want to clarify this so when we teaching about Paul per se, should we kind of avoid saying, obviously we know we follow Christ in the truth, but none of us have ever like physically met Christ. So with Paul, should we treat Paul the same as like where we understand that he followed Christ by way of following the men that Christ set up, namely Peter, but he didn't learn from Christ directly.
Okay, I wouldn't say he didn't learn from Christ directly. Why I wouldn't say that?
Like it, sir. Because Christ told him that he was going to tell him what he needed to do.
Right. And also too, okay, are you talking like how Peter learned from him directly? The 12 disciples?
Kind of like the disciples walked with Christ before he was crucified.
Right. Okay. If you're saying it, if you're saying it like that, Paul didn't.
Concert.
All right.
Concert.
But he still teaches everything that Christ taught.
Concert.
All right. Come on.
It's like it, sir. I got a precept.
Go ahead.
Of 2 Chronicles 15:3. Now, for a long season, Israel hath been without the true God, and without a teaching priest, and without law.
All right.
That's why we scattered, sir.
That's correct. Right? And all of that, you know what I mean, is going to come down to leadership. Because now what your leadership should be doing, like to correct this, what should leadership be doing? Come on. You're supposed to be fighting me to answer this question. Come on.
It's like they're actually teaching these laws, statutes, and commandments.
Give me a little more.
It's like they're actually instead telling people that the law isn't done away with and that we have to come back to these laws.
Give me a little more.
It's like so that
in other words, make it simple.
It's like, sir, our leaders should be telling us to separate from America, sir.
Somebody said it in the background.
Coming to the I.S.U.P.K and the Commanding General YAHANNA.
That's it. That's as simple as you can get it. And now you can go into, he's going to teach you how to do what? Follow the law, statutes, and commandments. He's going to teach you what Christ taught you. You understand? Because if you just leave that out, what they're going to say is, my church teach me what? The law, statutes, and commandments. My church teach me this. We do this. We do that. You understand? They're going to have to come in here. You understand? If they want to serve the Lord. You don't serve the Lord out there. And you're going to see. Hopefully we get to read all of it. All right? Now, tab 1. I don't know if I could share the way I could share it with you, but you got to bear with me. And somebody just had to read it off the screen.
Concert.
Dang. So in the Chrome, I want to share my entire screen.
So you don't want to share your entire screen, sir?
Yeah. I want to see. Let me see if I can get this. Pull this book up here, right?
Is it in your
It's a Kindle.
Oh.
Kindle. I don't know if I could take a picture of it also too. Should I do it? I thought I'd be able to do it like this. Give me 1 minute, right? Right.
So since when you got a Kindle? So I think I'll put you on.
Yeah, Top One, you know you did that. You know you did that. Tawada, brother.
Go.
Tawada, yeah. Yeah, you brothers and sisters, you said, you know what I mean? Get one too. It gonna work out good. Yeah. Now I enjoy reading.
Right.
But I can't find my oh man. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna find that song. One minute. What's it? To Isaiah. Right? No. Go back to Ezekiel, right? I want to read the part where it calls these are the nation beasts. All right.
Ezekiel 34. You gonna read 35 or you want 28 or 35, sir? Verse 5 is when it says they were scattered because there's no shepherd and they became meat to all the beasts of the field.
Yes. Give me that.
Okay. The book of Ezekiel, chapter 34, and verse 5, and they were scattered because there is no shepherd, and they became meat to all the beasts of the field when they were scattered.
Right? Became as what?
Beasts of the field when they were scattered.
Right, beasts. Okay, and why does the Bible call them beasts? Why do they call us sheep?
Because we're nothing without a leader. We're lost without a good shepherd. We're nothing. We're
like it, sir.
Go ahead.
Because sheep are more or less harmless.
Slug, sir.
Harmless. Yeah, go ahead.
Could you repeat the question, Sluggy, sir?
I'm saying, why do they call us sheep? That's my question.
Oh, Sluggy, sir. Could it be because we need guidance?
Now you're getting to it, Tabo One.
Come.
Now you're getting to it. Y'all understand? Y'all understand, right?
Come, sir. Like, without the shepherd, you know what I'm saying, out there in the wilderness, in the field, there's wolves and you know what I mean, all kind of beasts, and what they call them, not vultures, what's the word? Predators, come out the water. All kind of predators that would kill the sheep. You know what I mean? Without the shepherd's job is to, keep them safe and guide them, get them where they got to go. Mm-hmm. So that's why we would be the sheep, because you know what I'm saying, we need the guidance, and without it, we just fodder for all the other beasts to just devour.
But there's something again in there. Okay, I get it here now. Okay, for example, what's the characteristic of a sheep? Well, you are looking at this from the stance of a sheep needing what?
So
a
like
shepherd, right? But what's the characteristic of a sheep?
So like this, he's docile. He's less likely to start up any strife within
him. Give me a little more. So remember, the Lord likened us to he didn't liken us to these animals, but he was saying that in Isaiah, where he said, even the ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. Right?
Oh,
now, he's trying to show us that what? That these dumb animals know their way home. So Israel, are you dumber than these two animals? No, you should be what? Smarter than these two animals. And you should know where your home is. We are called sheep. Remember, we call us the lost sheep of the what? House of what?
Israel.
And a sheep, you ever see a sheep when it goes to slaughter? What does a sheep do? You see, you see sheeps?
Salaki, sir.
You kill one sheep. Go ahead, let the
sheep.
farmer tell you. Come on.
Salaki, sir. The sheep doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
They don't even make noise.
All right.
And
And you can,
the other sheep would stay right there also.
you understand? Now you understand the characteristics. Why he calling us what? Sheep. It's to the point whereas, okay, we see our brothers and sisters getting killed. But where's that change? Where's the change coming? Ain't no change. And we keep on getting what? Kill, 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 protest, kill, protest, kill, protest, protest, kill. You understand? Come on.
That's a great point that you brought up, because I remember thinking back to earlier this year when I went to my first lamb slaughter, and I remember I remember when Officer what's his name Abraham, when he went to go get the lamb, I saw how those lambs operated. Like the brother said, those lambs just go along, like there's no fighting, and I'm right there and I'm looking at the lamb being slaughtered, and the lambs just sit right there. They didn't fight, they didn't do anything.
And you know why? You know what I mean, that Jordan shoes have that effect on us? Because we are what? Sheeps. You understand? We just follow our. That's why you need.
If I may, I was wondering also, would that go with like speak no evil, see no evil, and hear no evil? Because as we growing up in the world, we see that that there's evil, but people don't say anything, or we see that it's evil, but people still follow along with.
See no evil. No, that's see no evil. Do no evil. That's all it comes from a so-called oppressor.
Come on, sir.
You understand? And that's more like what they're saying. What you do in Vegas stays in Vegas, or some crap like that. Forget it.
Come on, sir. I got understood. Come on.
All right. Right. And the whole thing with now you could say what Tabawan is saying. The reason why the Lord calls us sheep now is because we need a shepherd. We need somebody who's going to take the mantle up, who's going to take the burden and lead by example. You understand? Lead this nation. Right? Now, why do they call these other nations beasts?
Salakia, sir. Because when beasts hunt to kill, they have no mercy. They have no mercy. They just gonna take your life without thinking about it, or take whatever you have.
So, like, if I may, I don't want.
Come, you on it? Come on.
Come on, sir. I was gonna say that they call them beasts because their mindset is primitive. They don't have nothing that govern them. It's like they're only going their natural instincts, if I may, just to devour. They don't have like the Lord didn't give them a law or nothing, you know what I'm saying? He gave us a standard to live by, why we need a shepherd. But for them, they just instinctive beast, if I may.
So
What are you all on it? Come on.
I would say that you call the other nations beasts because they look for a
hold on. Somebody else listen to something else while it's playing. I don't know where that noise coming from. Type of one.
So, like I said, I'm not too sure. I'll just go ahead and just mute everybody.
Okay. Somebody was talking where?
Come on, sir. Goldsboro.
Come on, Goldsboro.
Like sir, I would say that those other nations, they look for a weak link to something to take if there's no power in place.
Okay. Yes. But remember, I asked for a description of what a beast would do, the characteristic of a beast.
Come on, sir. I would say
you understand?
Salaki, if I may, a beast, he's creeping and crawling to find his next prey. He's looking for something to devour.
Yes. I mean, what everybody's saying thus far is, is basically on point when it comes to a beast. A beast, He don't care if what? He don't care if it's a what? If it's a kid. When I say
Young,
kid, a
old.
baby goat, nothing. He has no code. He goes by no code. There's no code with him. Nothing. No laws, nothing. All he wants to do is what? All the beast thinks about is what?
Like it, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's prey.
No. He don't
It's
think
like-
about his prey. Come on.
It's like, sir, his next meal.
Which means he's thinking about what?
Like into his belly.
Yes, he's thinking about his belly. That's all he's thinking about. You understand? And these nations and the number one primal beast on the planet is who?
The Edomites.
Yes, your so-called oppressor.
Damn
Number
right.
one beast on the planet. You understand? Who kills and kills and kills and then does what after he kills? What does he do after he kills?
Keep killing, I don't want.
Yeah, he keep killing, but he does something. So in other words, for example, right? Is it unlawful for us to slaughter a chicken and cook it and eat it? Would you call that a murder or a kill?
Kill, sir.
That's a kill, correct? You understand? No, your oppressor, right? He went around building an empire, right? He built the English Empire, the Spaniards, the French, the German, and now America, the empire, right? How did he build this empire?
It's like if I could.
Mm-hmm.
The Officer Kazumar. By rape, rob, and murder, and pillaging.
Yeah, but that is not how he said he did it. How he said he did it? What did he? What did he do? Come on.
He says he did it justly, like he did it.
How? How?
So like this, sir. Christianity.
Give me a little more. Come on. Okay, so for example, right? Just for time's sake, right? I don't want the time to run. Tell me and read nothing in here. For example, you remember that story that came out with the Florida, I think is it the governor, DeSantos? What were they saying about slavery?
That it was beneficial to black people, Hispanics, and everything.
Yes, that we learn what? Job skills.
Trades.
Yes, we got on the job training, right? Real life training. You understand? That's their way of doing what? What they're trying to do.
Justify the actions I don't want.
Yes, justify the action so they won't look as what? They won't look as what? The evil one.
Right.
You understand?
It's like, sir, if I
Come on.
could, it's just interesting to me, like in the same breath of them talking about this, how also how they put into effect how we can't even, they're not even going to teach in schools about slavery and our history, but then they're able to proliferate this damn nonsense to indoctrinate us even more. It's just crazy.
Right. So in about 10, 20 years, they're going to be talking about what our kids wouldn't be learning about slavery at. They'll be learning about the good that came from it, and that without slavery, we won't be here today being doctors, lawyers, whatever, as the case may be. Farmers, as the case may be. You understand? Come on.
I was gonna ask, is it Tawab that we throw the fact that he is the beast and he murders all over the earth, the fact that he take over the culture of the people that's already there too? Would that be part of I don't know, murdering I don't know, how would you say it? Like to call himself the native people of the land today, like, you know what I'm saying? That's part of devouring, just like a beast. Come.
Yes. Okay. That is like a beast, because all he is doing is just killing to do what? To fill his belly. You understand what I'm saying? Like if once we in charge, okay, the killing ain't going to just be for filling your belly. The killing is going to be for what?
Justice.
For justice and what?
Rulership.
Okay, just think if you in leadership, you in your empire, the killing is going to be if they disobey the law or if they're not following what they're supposed to follow. No, you'll have a reason to do it. It won't go down as murder. You understand? You are not going to rape and pillage their community. You're not going to do that. You're not going to, you know what I mean? You're not just going to because you want the uranium in China, you're not just going to pillage and kill and rape the Chinese to get it. You understand? You're not just you ain't going to do it. You understand?
Oh God!
Right? Esau or your beasts or these beasts, they will do it. You understand? And justify it. Right? What did they say about the Mexicans, the Aztecs? They were doing what? They fabricated a story that they were what? Chopping off the heads and taking out the hearts of these people and sacrificing them to what? To some god. And before you know it, the Queen and King of Spain was trying to come here and do what? Save the people. You understand? Right? Now, Tabonica, pull the book up.
Okay.
Okay, so pull it up, right?
Okay. You want me just to read it off the screen, right?
Yeah, if you could, or could you read it and not show it off? Could you pull it up in the background and read it, or you can't do that?
Oh, Salakia. I don't think I can do it in the background, so unless you were to send it to me directly.
Okay, I don't think I can send it to you directly. So go ahead.
I'll just have to read it right off the screen like this.
Mm-hmm. So just read the name of the book right there. The name of the book right there is what?
This is the Lucifer Principle, a scientific expedition into the forces of history.
All right, come on. I forget it. Dude name something Bloom is the writer name.
All
right, go ahead.
Start from the top or go to the highlighted part.
Highlighted part.
Sir. Says his experience at the center of our culture's myth-making machinery may have taught him more about human nature than a university career. Perhaps we should regard him as an anthropologist who has spent many years observing a strange tribe, us.
Has spent many years observing what?
A strange tribe, us.
All right, so you know who the us is, right? Who's the us?
Esau.
Yeah, they just put it like that, Esau. But they like to what? Put all of us in a box with them. Like we're the ones that dropped the bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. No, we did not do that. You understand? Like we're the ones who put the so-called Jewish men and women and child in orphans. We didn't do that. You understand? We did not rape and pillage the so-called Native Indians. We did not do what? We did not enslave the so-called Negroes in the Caribbean, the Benjamites in the Caribbean. We didn't do these things. But you observing us, a tribe called us? No, you're observing the oppressor, your people.
Right.
And this the writer of this book is a so-called Jewish man.
Okay.
You
His name is Howard Bloom, sir.
Yes, Howard Bloom. All right.
Okay.
And he is an oppressor. All right.
Okay.
Now read on.
Okay, sir. In the course of his inquiry, Howard Bloom became convinced that evolution could explain the fundamentals of human nature and the broad sweep of human history. He is not alone. It is no longer heretical to study our own species. Keep going, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it is no longer heretical to study our own species as one of evolution's creations.
Right. So give me, Salaki, give me the precept in New Testament which talks about heretics. Right? All right. And what is evolution? And the evolution he talking about?
Slug, sir.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, evolution is technically still considered a theory.
Mm-hmm. And what's the theory behind evolution?
The theory of evolution is that all organisms basically evolved from a singular organism. In other words, there was an original single cell organism that every single sentient being on Earth came from, and it just evolved or over time transitioned into different forms, but that were all related and were all basically the same.
Right. And now he is basically doing what?
So like it,
He
sir.
is yes.
What he's trying to do, I believe, sir, is that he's trying to say that the oppressor is the highest evolved being because he has achieved rulership.
I wouldn't jump that far to it, but right, what is he saying right there?
So I think what he's just simply alluding to in this little passage right here is that, is that human beings are a part of evolution. But also, like when it says anthropologists, our nature, just human occurrence, everything that happens within the sphere of human beings, our whole history can be tied into evolution. It's just a product of evolution.
Yes.
All
right. No. Hold on. I think it's heresies. You all found it?
What's like it, sir? Is it Titus 3:10-11?
Read it for me.
Come on, Kyle. Book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition, admonition, reject. Verse 11. Knowing that he that is such is subverted and sinneth, being condemned of himself.
So what's a heretic?
So like it, sir.
Come on.
Yeah, a heretic is a person that he makes up his own doctrine.
Give me the definition of a heretic. Oh man. And tell me where you're at. Tell me where you're at.
It's like, sir, it was Titus chapter 3, verse 10 and 11.
All right, read it one more time.
Come on, God, sir. The book of Titus, chapter 3, verse 10. A man that is a heretic after the first and second admonition reject. Verse 11. Knowing that he...
What is he saying there?
It's like, so I got the definition. You want me to read it real quick?
Come on, read it for me.
Heretic, a person believing in or practicing religious heresy.
And what's a heresy?
Heresy, belief or opinion contrary to orthodox religious.
All right. So in other words, who would you consider a heretic to be?
Purple faggots.
Come on.
Slug, sir. A heretic would be, a Christian pastor is a heretic because he says that God loves everybody, and that's not in the Bible.
Say that one more time.
Slug, I said a Christian pastor would be a heretic because he teaches that God loves everybody, and that is not true according to the Bible. It's a lie against the Most High. That's not true. So that's a heresy. He's teaching something contrary to the scriptures.
Yes, so a heretic is somebody who teaches something that's contrary to the Bible, what we learn here in the I.S.U.P.K. You're outside of the I.S.U.P.K, you'll be considered a heretic. Like these other break off.
Con,
Is
on
break off
con.
or break off, they will be considered what? Heretics.
Con.
Right?
Sorry, sir.
Come on.
So I got it in the blue letter to kind of make it a little more clear if I could, sir.
Go ahead.
The Hebrew. Well, it's actually not in Hebrew. It's from a Greek word, heretikos, and which means a schismatic, a heretic. It says schismatic, factitious, a follower of a false doctrine. So if a person is schismatic, that means this is a person who either causes or is a part of a schism, which means a separation from the truth.
That's right.
So, sir. So whatever, like you said, if anybody, whatever's going against this I.S.U.P.K, what we've been doing since 1969, which is of course under Christ, they're a heretic because they're teaching something that they was never taught. They're teaching some schism, something they made up.
Right. Correct. And now go back to what we read in here now. All right. So now you understand, right? So in other words, don't think I'm trying to this book is the reason why we're reading certain things outside this, or I should say inside this book, which is outside of the Bible. What is the reason why we're reading some of these things here?
It's like I said. Could it be to show, you know what I'm saying, that the oppressor, you know what I'm saying, doesn't. No, it's like it.
Remember what we said in the beginning, right? Remember what I said in the beginning.
Salaki, if I may, sir. I was going to say that it goes along with the oracles that are in the Bible. I don't want.
Yes, it does. Pertaining to what?
The everything outside of the scripture is just false doctrine.
Yes. Okay, let's read on a little bit. Just remember the question I asked, right? And I'm gonna ask it again at the end. All right. So let's read on a little more.
Come, sir. So this highlighted part, go through the part that's not highlighted, or just go jump to the next highlighted part.
No, go through that part right there to the highlighted part.
Come, sir. So, like, Howard Bloom became convinced that evolution could explain the fundamentals of human nature and the broad sweep of human history. He is not alone. It is no longer heretical to study our own species as one of evolution's creations, and many books are appearing on the subject. The Lucifer principle, however, does not merely report on the rapid developments that are taking place within academia. Howard Bloom has his own vision of evolution and human nature.
So which means what? They're calling him a heretic because he has his own meaning of what? Of evolution, basically. Right? Now read on.
Howard Bloom has his own vision of evolution and human nature that many scientific authorities would dispute. He is a heretic among former heretics.
You understand? That's your groups right there. They're heretics amongst what? Former heretics. You understand? They break off from what? A break off. Right? No, let's see. Come on.
If I could, they're co-opting the word heretic here to say that now the same people who would have went against the Bible, them scientists who would have said, oh, the Bible is, doesn't talk about evolution or doesn't talk about this. Now here he's a part of them, but whatever he's saying, they don't agree with. So he's a heretic amongst the heretics, Salaki.
Yes, you just break off from another break off. You understand? Whoever they call the truth. You understand? But no, let's get a little more into it. All right, you see what's on the screen now?
Come, sir.
What does it say? Read the heading.
It says, "Who is Lucifer?"
Right. Who is Lucifer? So now let's go to Isaiah 14. All right. And this is what you're going to understand about your so-called oppressor, right? Okay. What would you have to do, right, to take the spotlight from off yourself as being the problem? What would you have to do?
Put it on somebody else.
In other words, you're going to have to do what?
You have to fabricate information that draws the attention away from you, that you could blame or put it on somebody else, so you could appear to be innocent.
So
Very
like,
good.
so like,
Come
like
on.
if I may, sir, I was gonna
Come
say
on.
you could say that the light is, you can change the name or say that it's not real.
Mm-hmm. So that's exactly what Kashka is trying to say also too. But you're saying the same thing. He just explained it a little more. But go ahead, Tabo one.
No, so like I was just gonna piggyback on what Trooper Akashkar said. Basically, you have to create what's called a pariah. You know what I mean, or a patsy. You got to create some kind of avatar that people can look at and say, "Oh yeah, that's who it is," to deflect off of the fact that it's really you.
Yes. What you're saying is correct. And now you're going to see how he did it. Read. Read Isaiah 14.
Oh, so like I said.
Mm-hmm. Isaiah 14. Who was it?
I got it, sir.
Start at
Verse
1.
12. On 1, kind of 1 count. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Right. So it's saying what? He's going to choose what? Israel. He's going to choose blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian. Right? Read on.
And set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob.
Right? And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So there's a prophecy right here, right? Now skip down to where it actually speaks about Lucifer.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer,
right.
son?
So now what are they saying here?
Sir, they're saying is this is at the end of Lucifer's reign on the earth. His rulership is over.
Right. Correct. Right. Read on.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
All right. It did what? Weakens the nations. Right? Read on.
Verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
You understand? So now he is basically breaking it all the way down here. He is trying to describe who Lucifer is. Right? Read on.
Verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I'll be like the Most High. You understand? And what we learn in here, brother, it's gold. It is gold what we learn in here about this entire Bible. When you come into the truth, you have to unlearn everything you have learned in the world. You basically, as we were saying, we have a t-shirt called You Have to Be Brainwashed. It have to. You understand? Right? No, tab on. Read to the at the top there where it said the 1800 years ago.
Come on, sir. 1800 years ago in the city of Rome, an influential Christian heretic named Marcion took a look at the world around him and drew a conclusion. The God who created our cosmos couldn't possibly be good.
You understand? And that's how they think. You understand? And now what do you hear black people saying? When you go tell them, the Most High only died for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians alone, what do they say?
God, he died for God loves everybody.
In other words, what is he saying? What is he saying when he say when he tried to counter what you actually telling him the Bible is about? What is he saying?
That God is so good that he couldn't have created one nation of people better than the other one.
Mm. Mm. Okay, let me put it like this way. Now you open the Bible and you show them where God only cares about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You pull all the scripture, you show them precept, you show them it. And they still say, nah, I don't believe that. He died for everybody. Not my God, not my Jesus. What are they saying?
Exactly what this heretic guy is saying right here.
Yes. He's saying that God ain't good. God can't be good if he just love a certain tribe of people. He can't be good. That's where they're getting it from. These things are not. These things are, how to put it, like it's burned into your brain from a youth, from growing up, from young.
It's engraved.
Yeah, it's engraved.
Nation.
It's like the picture of Christ. That says that white picture. When you close close their eye, describe what Christ looked like in your mind. The first thing that comes to him in your mind, even being in here for years, is that white picture. And because of the brainwashing in here, guess what you do? You automatically scrap that out. He ain't flicking white. I mean, he ain't white.
That's
you
right.
get rid of that white picture immediately from your mind and start giving it. But that first image you get in your head is white because it's burnt into your brain. Come on.
So like if I may out of one, I remember growing up in the Christian church, they say when they used to say Jesus watches you, I used to think that picture of Caesar Borgia was like watching you, like while you're at this church and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes. You understand? I know where does it say in James? Where does it say where it say God is not the author of what? Confusion. Get that for me. Get that for me. Tab 1, stick with me. Why that brother pull that, right? So read on tab 1.
Come on, sir. The God who created our cosmos couldn't possibly be good. The universe was shot through with appalling threads, violence, slaughter, sickness, and pain.
Now, hold on. Who brought all this to the earth? Was it us? The tribe us?
La.
You understand? It wasn't the tribe us, right? Read on.
Okay. These evils were the creator's handiwork.
And these what?
These evils were the creator's handiwork.
All right. So now let's get that one where it says God is not the order of confusion, and let's get the part where it says where it talks about lust. Because of your lust, you want to sin.
Okay, sir.
Check. This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
For God is not the author of confusion.
And that you have to know that off the top of your head. That got to be in you. He's not the what?
The author of confusion.
So he's not the one that causes a man to have, you know what I mean, sexual relations with another man. Right. Because that is what? According to the Bible, that is considered what? Confusion. You understand? Right? Read it one more time.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 33.
Mm-hmm.
For God is not the author of confusion.
He's not the author of confusion. So don't think because he made pig on the earth means he made pig for you to eat. Nah, you just evil and wicked. You want to suck on a crab knuckle. Why? Because you're evil and wicked. You want to go sleep with your brother woman. Why? Because you're evil and you're wicked. That's why. It ain't because he made the woman for you to sleep. But yeah, you make woman for you to sleep. But go get your own woman.
Come on, sir.
Why you go take another man woman? You understand? All right?
I got the other scripture when you want to see.
Come on, read that one for me.
Come on. This is the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God.
I'm what?
I am tempted of God.
I'm tempted of God.
Okay.
You understand? You talk about there's violence and slaughter and sickness and everything on the earth. Yeah, we know why there's violence on the earth. Because you in rulership.
That's right.
The slaughter on the earth because you in rulership. The sickness, everything. Before the so-called oppressor came to the native Indians, there were thousands, if not millions of them. When he came across, he brought diseases across with him, sickness across with him.
Okay.
Right? Is that not a famous story in history where he gave them smallpox that almost wiped a tribe out? You brought all of this to the earth. You. Come on.
If I could, I mean, half of Europe was on. People think, you know what I'm saying, COVID was bad, which it is, and, you know, it ain't going away, but, you know, half of Europe almost got wiped out by the bubonic plague because they were so disgusting and so filthy and sleeping amongst rats and all kinds and feces and all of that, and it almost wiped out Europe.
All right. You understand? Not us, but Europe. Them filthy bastards. And they still learn from that. Because here comes COVID. You understand? Here comes COVID. The heathens can't learn the lesson. All right? Read on.
Come on, Sir Salaki.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. For God cannot be tempted with evil, neither tempteth he any man.
You understand? So that cuts that what he's saying about the creator. Right? So go back to the book now, Tabawan. Tabawan, will you stick with the book? Officers, you're gonna be pulling these for me, right? Come on,
So like, the part you wanted was in the next verse, sir.
No, give me where it said these evils were the creator handiwork.
Come on, sir. In the article, sir?
Yes.
Come on, sir. Come on, sir. These evils were the creator's handiwork.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what Salaki, Tabon, what you were saying was the I need the other part in the scripture.
The part you specifically asked for was the next verse.
Okay, somebody get it and they're gonna read it after you read this paragraph.
So that's the book of James, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Okay, go ahead.
Salakia, back to the book.
Mm-hmm.
These evils were the creator's handiwork. Surely he must be some perversely sadistic force, one who should be banished from influence over the minds of men.
Okay, brother. Break that down.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
There's a lot going on here. I mean, whoever this cat, Marcion, you know, he's saying that, and he's saying specifically the God of this Bible, you know what I mean? Because the Lord, you know what I'm saying, says in the scripture that I create evil. I do all these things. And that whatever's happening in the world, I'm doing it. And he's saying, well, you know, if the Lord is creating violence and slaughter and sickness and so on, he's an evil bastard. And so he's sadistic and perverse, and he should have no influence over us.
Yes. And brother, go ahead, finish it off, Tabo one.
Last, if I could, Salaki on one, it's just so heavy. I noticed what you about to go into is how people today, even oppressors, they think that their thoughts are something they came up with. They think that, oh, I'm an atheist. Oh, I'm an agnostic because they're so smart. No, some devil 1,000 years ago was the first person to be like, oh man, God is, the world is so horrible, so God can't be real. Now 1,000 years later, that's what you think because of this devil 1,000 years ago. So
now you understand why you have a religion called the Roman Catholics, because they are controlling men's mind. Now you understand why you have all these Christian churches, because they are controlling men's mind. You understand? That's why you have all these churches popping up. That's why religion is created by what? By man. Because they now want to do what? Control your mind. You understand? In here, your mind is controlled by who? How you know your mind controlled by the Most High?
It's like it's following the laws, precepts, and commandments from the Bible.
Give me a little more.
Salakia, sir.
Come on.
Because you're not doing what you want to do. You're doing what the Lord said to do.
You own it, but give me a little more.
You're submitting yourself. You know.
So like,
Come on.
This may not be the answer that you're looking for, but it's something that I've noticed when it comes to these religions and when it comes to the truth. Like when we don't understand something or we feel like something is wrong, like we're taught to go get counsel and to figure these things out. Whereas in the world, in the religions, they just following blindly in their religion. But I just wanted to point out that in here, if you don't understand something, we got classes and counsel so that we can get the understanding.
You correct, but that's a little bit off of what we're talking about right now, and I'll tell you why. You'll remember when Commander YAHANNA at the Passover said what Arya told him. What did Arya told him?
So like I said, that if he ever stops teaching this truth, that he continues with what he was taught.
That's how you know your mind is controlled by what? By a man.
That's right.
You understand? You understand? Your mind not controlled by a man. You understand? It ain't controlled by you know what I mean? And when I say a man, okay, a man in the world, if you understand what I'm saying. You understand? In here, you for sure you take orders and command. Right? But if in here somebody give you an order to go commit a crime, what should you do?
Well, for one, you don't do it.
You don't follow that order. If I tell you to go you know what I mean, steal some chicken from whatever, you know what I mean, from whatever farmer, should you go do it? No. Because I'm telling you, I'm acting like a what in that case?
A man, not a
A
woman.
man. You understand? Now I'm acting like a heretic. You understand? Now I'm throwing all the belief out the window. You understand? I tell you, Akim, everybody, go buy guns. Go buy guns, go buy this, you know, bullets, and we're going to do this. The plans, everything. You understand? Now I'm going somewhere else. I'm totally left field. Now I'm acting like a man. You understand? Right? No. I'm taking the fact that I have command over men to do what? Try and pervert your mind. You understand? Right? And you should be, because you're in the truth, you should say what? La'ah. You understand? Because you follow men of God, not just a man. You understand? Come on.
So, like, sir, if I could just piggyback on what you're saying, it's so heavy, and also what Officer Yarmak said. You know, one thing I think is just a fact. It's like known. It's not even debatable. The difference between Commander General YAHANNA and all these other cats that claim to be leaders or whatever, I have never, not one time, ever heard Commander General YAHANNA say, "Yeah, this breakdown, I invented this breakdown. I came up with this. I did this." You know what I mean? Every single thing he teaches, like, yo, this is what I was taught. This is what, you know, the men above me when I was in the school, this is what they taught me. But all these other leaders, like, sir.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's like all these other fake leaders, they always have some kind of doctrine that they kind of came up with, that they invented. And some of these fake leaders, I ain't gonna say no names. I know we're not on that today, but I know of leaders of so-called fake groups or whatever that they had one doctrine for 12 years, and then one day the leader said, "Nah, we're gonna switch it to this," and the whole congregation followed them. The whole congregation forgot everything that they was taught before that, and now, now we're gonna say that this is what it is. But we don't do that here.
And read that last part. That's surely.
So surely he must be some perversely sadistic force, one who should be banished from influence over the minds of men.
So now, guess what? You're going to come up with something saying that what? a man could only have what? One wife. Because the man that's created, God that created a man could have more than one wife. You think he is too what? He's too perverse.
Right.
You understand? He's too perverse. And he should have influence over men's mind. Well, go ahead. You understand? Now read on. No, hold that. Finish off that verse 14 for me. Who holding verse 14? In James 1 and 14.
Book of James, chapter 1, verse 14. But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed.
Right, by his own lust. You want to have what? One wife because you want to be with who? A man. You understand? That's why. You understand? Or you want to be with a what? You want to be with what? A prostitute. You understand? Right? You drawn away by your own lust, whatever that is. But don't blame God for you not sleeping, you know what I mean, having, you know what I mean, unlawful sex. Don't blame the Lord. You understand? Right? Read on tab 1.
Concept. More traditional Christians found another way of dealing with the problem of evil.
Now you're getting to it, right? Go ahead.
They created the myth of Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
Lucifer had been a magnificent angel, a courtier of God, a prime noble in the kingly halls of heaven.
Right. So they created the what?
The myth of Lucifer.
You understand? Because we know what? Give me in Isaiah where it say, is this the man? Right? Christians so famous, you don't do what?
They don't read the Bible, sir.
Yeah, they don't read the Bible. Guess what they will do? They'll read the Lucifer principle and think that's what? That's the Bible. When it ain't the Bible. You understand? This ain't the Bible. And I'm just proving something to you tonight. And by the end of the night, you will have to tell me what I'm trying to prove to you. All right? Come on. Who have Isaiah for me? You want to stick with me?
I got it, sir.
Come on. Uh-huh.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 14.
And I think 16.
Yes, verse 16, sir. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble?
Is this the man? So Lucifer is a what? A man. Remember what Akashka was saying and what Tabon was saying about creating, I think Tabon was saying creating a pariah or something like that, right? A pariah, right? What they did so that you would not look at him as being the oppressor, he created who? The myth of who?
Lucifer, sir.
Yes, the myth of Lucifer. So now he justified in doing what? All the killing. You understand? And anything that goes wrong on the earth, anything that's bad or evil on the earth, he blames it on who?
Lucifer.
No, he don't blame it on God. He blames it on who?
Lucifer.
The devil. Yeah, Lucifer.
So
remember, he controlling your mind with this whole religion. Come on.
Sir, he damn near like one of them abusive, drunkard husbands that every time he abused his woman or abused his family, he just blaming it on the alcohol. When really it's him.
Yes.
And Salak is, sir, when in them Christian church they say the devil is busy. When they say it like that, you talking about it's a way to elude what he's doing in the earth.
Yes. You understand? And everything that's evil that happens on the earth, they say is what? Is the who? The devil.
The devil.
Lucifer. Yeah, that did it. Right? When we know it's a what? It's a man.
Oh my God.
Right? Now skip down to where's he highlighted? Let me see what time we on here, tab 1. Boy. Just rock with me, right? By 9:30, I'll try and get you all out of here, right? Salakia.
Come on. Marcion the heretic said God was responsible for evil. Mainstream Christians absolve the Almighty of responsibility by blaming all that's wrong on the Prince of Darkness and on man.
So now they had to, as you say, they had to create somebody. Because now if they say God evil, God can't be evil. There must be somebody else evil. So that's why they created what? The Prince of Darkness, who is what? Who they call the devil or Lucifer.
Come on.
Also it's created. Right? All this is in where? Where's this? All of this.
In the class.
And this will help you. Yes, but where?
In your mind? In your mind?
Yes, in your mind. All of this is in your mind now. This is not real. You understand? That whole thing about Santa Claus coming on the chimney is where?
In your
mind. It's
like
not real. You understand? Come on.
Could you also tie this in with Dante's Infernos, the poems that they use to create the hellish idea?
Yes. And purgatory? Yes. Or purgatory? Yes. All of that. All them things is where? In their mind. These are the things they created in your mind. Because it's used to do what? Control your what? Your mind. Right? So now you talk to a Christian and you break down that hell is a state. It's to them, no, it's a place you go to if you don't be good on this earth. And it's all where in their mind. Because it's not real. It's a myth. You understand? Read on top one.
Come on, sir. But in a strange way, Marcion understood the situation better than the more conventional followers of the church.
Mm-hmm.
But Lucifer is merely one of the faces of a larger force. Jump down to the next highlighted part, sir.
Now, you can read a little bit, you know what I mean? A little bit to this.
Come on. Evil is a byproduct, a component of creation. In a world evolving into ever higher forms, hatred, violence, aggression, and war are a part of the evolutionary plan.
So what is he saying? What is he saying? He tying you up here in a nut.
Come on.
What is he saying now?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
But right here, the writer is saying that according to Marcion, Lucifer was a part of the evil, but the whole world, was almost created to be evil. Evil is like he says, a product, a component of creation. Like just by creating the world is proof that God is evil.
You're almost there with it, Tabawan. Almost there. So read that part where you say evil is a byproduct.
Come on, sir. Evil is a byproduct, a component.
What's a byproduct?
Of Salagi, sir. A byproduct is a product of something that's not necessarily intentional. So it's like I'm creating something, for a certain purpose, but in that process, something else gets created. I wasn't trying to make that, but that's what kind of came about in the process of me making something else.
Yes, correct. Read on.
Con. Evil is a byproduct, a component of creation.
Read on.
Con. You want, sir?
Yeah, keep going.
Con. In a world evolving into ever higher forms, hatred, violence, aggression, and war are a part of the evolutionary plan.
Now, who is he describing?
The oppressor, sir, himself.
Yeah, he describing himself. Not the tribe called us, right? Which is himself. You understand?
Come
no, remember what we said in the beginning, right? Right? What he is trying to do, right? Now read on, tab on.
Come on, sir. But where do they fit? Why do they exist? What possible positive purpose could they serve? These are some of the questions behind the Lucifer principle.
Right. Now you're going to read about the Lucifer principle here. So, Oh shucks. What did I do? Go ahead, tab one. Read it now.
Concept. The Lucifer principle is a complex of natural rules, each working together to weave a fabric that sometimes frightens and appalls us. Every one of the threads in that tapestry is fascinating, but the big picture is more.
So now, okay, for example, right? A lion, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
How does a lion survive? What's a lion relationship to a gazelle?
It's a predator and the prey.
So now the lion, what does he do?
He's
a hunter.
Gazelles.
He kills gazelles, correct. He
Okay.
kills gazelles to do what? To survive, to eat. You know what I mean? He had to eat gazelles to survive.
Okay.
And in that process, he's going to have to do what? Kill the gazelle.
Okay.
He's going to have to do it.
Okay.
Right? Now, it says what? Where it says rules, each working together to weave a what? A fabric that sometimes frightens and appalls us. Right?
Okay.
When a lion hunts down a gazelle, does it look good? It appalls us. Right?
Okay.
But read on tab one.
Okay, sir. Every one of the threads in that tapestry is fascinating, but the big picture is more. Gotta go to the next page, sir. The big picture is more astonishing still. At its heart, the Lucifer principle looks something like this.
So now it looks something like this. Remember the lion and the gazelle, right? Read.
The nature scientist uncover has crafted our viler impulses into us. In fact, these impulses are a part of the process she uses to create.
Right.
Lucifer.
Go ahead.
Lucifer is the dark side of cosmic fecundity.
Yeah, look up that
word.
Look up that.
Salaki, sir. Fecundity? That sounds crazy.
That would like to use big words. So now, guess what? That nigga closed the book. Excuse my language.
I got it, sir. It's actually pronounced fecundity. Fecundity. The ability to produce an abundance of offspring or new growth. In other words, fertility.
Good. So the dark side of what?
Lucifer is the dark side of cosmic fecundity.
It's almost like godlike. Right? Read on.
Nature does not abhor evil. She embraces it.
Oh boy.
So
hold on. That cutting blade of the sculpture's knife, right? Now, okay, look at it this way, right?
I think I get it.
You want a nice wooden statue. What would you have to do? What you need?
If I could, sir. If you want a nice wooden statue, you're gonna need a tree.
What would you have to do to that tree?
You could say you have to carve it, but really, if you want to be kind of cynical, you have to destroy it. You got to cut it up.
Meaning what? Say the word, type of one.
You have to kill it.
Yeah, you're gonna have to kill the tree.
Okay.
But what comes of it?
Something beautiful, sir.
The statue.
Yeah, something beautiful. You look at the bigger picture. Something beautiful. And you're gonna have to use a knife to do what? To cut into that tree, that blade, to cut into that tree.
Okay.
Would you use a dull blade? No, you want a sharp blade, sharp tool to cut into that tree. And by the end of you making that statue, whatever sculpture, that tree is what? Dead. But something beautiful came from it. You understand? right? Right? No, that's no karma to the lion. What happens to the lion and the gazelle? So because the lion hunts the gazelle, describe what takes place with the gazelle.
To the slugger, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The gazelle, he fears the lion. The lion is the embodiment of evil to him. He's the worst thing on planet Earth to a gazelle is a lion.
Okay, but what makes the gazelle beautiful?
To a lion?
Not to a lion. Not to a lion.
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
With the ability to run away.
A gazelle, somebody tell you what, okay. Let me use the word impala, right? There's a reason why it's on a car, right? On the impala. Why is that impala on that car?
He's
that
fast.
logo.
Fast.
Symbol of speed.
Yes. Speed. Could run fast. When a gazelle or impala has a young one, how long does it take before that that baby gazelle or impala able to walk?
Salakia, sir.
Come on, look it up.
Within minutes.
It better not take that long.
Look up that. Look up how long it takes. All right? And why you think it takes that short of a time? Why you think the gazelle and the impalas that quick?
How long it takes for a gazelle baby to walk?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Because if it doesn't learn how to run and walk quickly, then he's gonna be killed by the lion.
But to us, it's beautiful. You
Concept.
understand? To us, you see a gazelle, take off with that speed. It's like, damn, it's quick, run. But not knowing that's his what? That's his defense to that what? To that predator, to that lion. You understand? And now what he's saying is because of that gazelle, because that lion kills the gazelle, is because that's why the gazelle is able to run and look so beautiful. You understand?
Salakia, sir.
Sir.
Come on.
No, I just got something here. It says calves are born after a gestation period of about 6 months and can run as fast as adults by the time they are 1 week old.
You understand? By 1 week old, they have to learn how to run. You understand? And what he is saying, that's the beauty in it. That's, you know what I mean? Like, and almost what he's saying is this lion needs an evil side to the what? To him, that lion needs an evil side to the what?
It's like, sir, to justify?
Mm-mm. Why does the lion kill?
Salakia, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
To eat.
To eat, yes, but give me a little more.
It's like it, sir.
Uh-huh.
To survive.
Yes, to survive. You understand? He needs to do that to survive. Right? But with that killing, he creates something what? That is what? Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Which is a gazelle, able to run. You understand? The person that's chopping down that tree, that's killing that tree, that blade, you understand, is like the what? Is like the lion. But at the end of all of that, you get in what? A beautiful sculpture. Something good is coming from it. You understand? Remember what Dos Santos says. What did Dos Santos say? What did he say?
Like
Stick with me. Come on.
It's like, sir, he said slavery taught good life skills.
Yes. Which means he is saying what? That something good came from this what?
Slavery, sir.
From this evil. Something good came from it. Right? Read on.
It's like so in the book, sir.
Yeah, in the book.
Come. It's like it. Lucifer is the dark side of cosmic fecundity, the cutting blade of the sculptor's knife. Nature does not abhor evil; she embraces it. She uses it to build. With it, she moves the human world to greater heights of organization, intricacy, and power.
No. Let me ask you all this question. Is he correct?
La, sir.
Why?
Because we have, I forget the word General Muhammad uses, but we're not animals. We're humans, and we have laws that we can follow, and we can abhor evil.
So how is he thinking?
He's thinking like a beast, like an
That's
animal.
why the Lord. That's why the Lord called them what?
The beast of the field, sir.
Yes, you understand. That's correct. This is a pile of garbage, but that's how they think. They think by they had to do this. They had to put us in slavery, right? Otherwise, guess what? You wouldn't have LeBron James. You wouldn't have the fastest man on earth. You wouldn't have these, nice things. Like we won't show our attributes, our best attributes, without him putting us in slavery. You understand? But that's how an animal thinks. Remember what we went over last week with the so-called heroin? You remember? Right? Where at one point the reporter was saying that that human life would more than what? Than selling what? Heroin. You understand? Why he can't look for another way to make money? Why they can't do it? Why? Because he is a what? He is a beast. And a beast only thinks about what? His belly. You understand? And to him, killing is just what? It's just an evil he will have to use to do to what? To survive. You understand? To bring the human world to what? A greater heights and organization. That's how he looks at it. So he's saying the earth is more organized now because of what? All the wars and killing he had to do to build the English empire, to build the American empire. You understand? He is building a case or an excuse for the evil he has done on this earth. You understand? The tribe called us did not do this. The tribe called us are not beasts. But these other nations, especially number one on the earth, your oppressor, he is that beast. You understand? Mm-hmm. You have any questions? No. Back to my what was my question I was asking? What's the purpose of me bringing this out?
Salaki, sir. I'll give it a shot.
Come on.
So we can understand the enemy and understand his mindset and why he does some of the things that he does. And that he is a beast.
That's it. That is the just saying that he is a beast is like summarize everything in it. You understand? And now if you don't know you're dealing with a beast, would you, in other words, is there any way, okay, if you ask Jordan or Oprah Winfrey or Jay-Z, will they go make a deal or sign a contract with a lion in the jungle? What would they tell you? Yeah, they won't do that. They won't do it. But they don't understand that that's how the enemy thinks, like that.
Right.
You understand? That's how he thinks. He don't think, well, you make a contract with me now, I'm going to hold to it. Oh, hell no. You see what's going on in the news right now with Biden and his son. You see what's going on in the news right now. You seen how they deal with each other. You understand? We don't deal with each other like that. But once we start killing and whatever evil we start is because we are trying to be like them. We're trying to be Americans. We're trying to be true Americans. You understand? The red and blue, the Crips and the blood. You understand? The gangster disciples, this disciple. You're trying to be American. You understand? You're trying to be a tribe called what? Us. You understand? When we're not like them. Right? And it was like also too. Okay, say this. If you have a lion, right? And you put that lion in a zoo and you feed that lion, right? That same lion that you're so fascinated of in the wild when it kills an impala, right? Or gazelle, right? That lion that's in that zoo, if he breaks out from that zoo, what's going to happen to that lion?
They're gonna have to kill that lion if they can't restrain it.
Why?
Because that lion is a beast.
Yeah, you understand? So no, that's why this whole concept that he's trying to bring about here, doesn't really make any sense at all when it comes to humans. Now, this will go good with an animal, and that's how an animal thinks. You understand? But that same beautiful lion, he gets away from that zoo, you're gonna put him to death. Because now he ain't doing what? He ain't doing the proper killing. You know what I mean? Now what? Now you the prey. You understand?
Oh God.
You the prey. Right?
Sir.
Come on.
Could you say that they use this same kind of like reverse psychology to try to paint us as if we're the beast, like we're the predators and the white woman and she's innocent and she's the prey in order for them to be, justified in murdering us?
Okay, they try to paint us as animals. Yes, if you want to put it like that. Yes. Right? And if we do have time, I don't know, I'll see if we could get to it. But there's another part to it too where, hold on, where we might be able to get into it. But not right now. All right? This here is, this is a good read for you if you want. Where is this? All right? Like, don't think he doesn't know what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows. I'll see it here. Hold on. 1 minute. Then why I do that? You'll have any questions? I know somebody had a question last week, but I didn't get to go to it. Any question before I let you all out? I can't find what I was looking for.
So I'm checking on. Okay, there's a question online, sir.
Come on.
Salakia. Officer I.W.O Kahan says, Shalom on the Christ. Salakia, sir, if I could, Papa Shah, I get a breakdown on Isaiah 45, verse 3. What are the hidden treasures that it is referring to?
Isaiah what?
Isaiah, the 45th chapter in the 3rd verse.
Okay, go to it. Let me hear.
Call concert. Somebody sure got it.
Salakia, sir, I do have a question that I did ask last week after this one. Baba Shah.
Okay. Come on.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 3. and I will give thee the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places, that thou mayest know that I, the Lord, which called thee by thy name, am the power of Israel.
Isaiah, where he at?
It's like it's Isaiah 45:3.
45:3.
Come
Skip
on.
up to 1.
Come
Let me hear
on.
1.
Come on. Book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holden, to subdue nations before him. And I will loose the loins of kings, to open before him the 2 leavened gates, and the gates shall not be shut. Come on, verse 2. And I will go before thee, and make the crooked places straight. I will break in pieces the gates of brass, and cut in some.
I'm how to get us one for him. That's a whole one for next week. All right.
Okay, so like sir,
come on.
It was Ezekiel 36:12.
Oh man, I don't think I get that one thing. Ezekiel, give me 1 minute. Let me see. Ezekiel what?
36:12 out of 1.
Ezekiel 36.
Yes, sir. And 12.
12. Read it for me. Let me see.
Kind of one come. Yea, I will cause men to walk upon you, even my people Israel, and they shall possess thee, and thou shalt be their inheritance, and thou shalt no more henceforth bereave them of men.
No, I'll get this one for you too.
I don't want concert. The water.
I'm making note of it right now. All right. Any more? That's it?
Come.
Concert, nothing else online, sir.
Salagi, sir.
Okay.
I had one in Isaiah 46:11.
Come on. Me hear.
Khan says, calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yea, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it. Just a general breakdown, sir. Salaki.
Say that one more time.
I just wanted a general breakdown of the scripture, sir.
Yeah, just read it one more time for me.
Oh, come on.
Where you at?
Book of Isaiah, chapter 46, verse 11. Calling a ravenous bird from the east, the man that executed my counsel from a far country. Yea, I have spoken it. I will also bring it to pass. I have purposed it. I will also do it.
Okay, hold on. Okay, that's why I break down of 11, right?
My specific question is like, what was it? What is his counsel speaking of here, and who is the ravenous bird?
This one I gotta get fair to.
Come on, sir.
All right. Okay. All right. That's it.
Come on.
All right. So that who am I pass the class over to?
So you want Fayetteville, or you want Durham, sir?
Durham have a guy out there?
Count on what concert?
Okay, so go ahead. Yeah, we can pass the class. Who's the guy there?
Officer Mahayar, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna pass the class over to Priest Officer Mahaya.
So like a men of Israel, Medium. Get one curse salute to Captain Thought. Men Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
Yahweh Shem Yahshai Brakatham.
Yahya Matah. So I turn to face the sisters. Sister Amadi, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Ma'am Shabbat, Amadium, Barak, Yahweh Shemal, Yahya Matah. It's like Yeshua means to be seated. I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're the I.S.U.P.K. Start out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Command General YAHANNA. New rules, brothers and sisters.
1 minute, Tabo one. You could keep my eye on the screen. Just put me up then up to the side or something. You could do that. Let me stop this one. On? All right, Akim, you'll take this announcement very serious, right? Okay. When it's read that part where it talks about the 6 months.
Khan, new rules for brothers and sisters. When a brother, it's like when a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months.
All right. Akim, what does off limits mean?
Shalaki, sir. Meaning that you have no outside contact with said person. You know what I mean? It's just shalom. You know, Shemar Thabashim Yoshai. That's that. Nothing else.
In other words, treat this sister like a what? Like a sister. You understand? All right, ain't nothing else. If the sister need a ride, then guess who you talk to? Who you should talk to?
Slicer, we should be calling you first, sir.
Or your camp leader. Your camp leader, no. You understand? Likewise with the brother also to a brother coming in, he's a ride like a camp leader, no. You understand? I take these rules very serious. And you do not want to end up in a council, you know what I mean, because he ain't following this rule that's being read after every class. So you can't say it and no. You understand? You're talking anything outside of, you know what I mean, coming to class, or you know what I mean, anything else outside of that. Any other interaction, you're breaking the rule. And you're gonna answer for it. Remember, this ain't a Christian church. All right. And this ain't your friendly purple, whatever you want to call them. You understand? This ain't that. This ain't that. This is the I.S.U.P.K, and you're gonna follow the rules.
That's
you understand?
right.
Now come on and lay down. You understand? You're gonna follow them rules. All right. All right. All right. You can put my hair back on so you can finish it off.
They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister, or a sister, has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10. Means tenth in the Hebrew, and it's pronounced ma'ashera. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priest, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations, of course, is the feast is like a memorial blowing of trumpets, which falls on Friday, September the 15th, right? And that'll be in Charlotte, you know what I'm saying, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? As we get closer to that, we'll give y'all, you know what I'm saying, more information, let you know where to be, when to be there. You understand? Or to remind our occupant, go out there and check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for ISUPK events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he has to start wearing all black.